Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to do a how to watch video for the Die Hard franchise. This is the franchise starring Bruce Willis as John McClane, and this video is for anybody that has never seen any of the Die Hard movies before. So let's begin. What is the first movie you have to watch? The first movie on this list is the original Die Hard, which came out on July 20th, 1988. Starred Bruce Willis as John McClane, Bonnie Bedelia as Holly, John McClane's wife, and Alan Rickman as the main villain. The movie garnered a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, the highest rated critic score for the Die Hard franchise, and for most people, easily the best one. So this is the movie you want to start off with. Very simple so far, right? So let's get on to movie number two. Movie number two would be Die Hard 2. Very simple once again, because the first two, yeah, Die Hard, then Die Hard 2. So this once again stars Bruce Willis as John McClane. Bonnie Bedelia returns as Holly, his wife. He goes after a new villain. The movie once again takes place during Christmas. You know, the first movie, there's a lot of back and forth whether it's a Christmas movie or not. You might want to say the same thing about the second movie, takes place during the holidays. There's a few other familiar faces from the first movie that return. The movie came out on July 3rd, 1990, and garnered a 69% on Rotten Tomatoes. Most people would say this is the weakest of the original trilogy, but, well, let's get into movie number three. This is where things get a little bit more complicated because the movies are no longer numbered after the first two. So the third movie you want to check out is Die Hard with a Vengeance. This once again stars Bruce Willis as John McClane. Samuel Jackson joins the party this time around. His wife is not in it, although she is briefly mentioned. I'll leave that for you to discover if you've never seen any of the Die Hard films before. Jeremy Irons plays the villain, who I'll say this movie kind of brings it back to the original film. I won't spoil how or where or why, but I'll let you discover it. But it's really cool to see Jeremy Irons back in his heyday, I guess. He was looking pretty young during this time. He wasn't too young. He looked like he was probably in his 40s, maybe, I would have to guess. But it's kind of cool knowing where his career has gone. Specifically Alfred Pennyworth in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and also the Watchmen series he was great in. So it's interesting seeing a more younger Jeremy Irons being the villain that he is great as. This movie came out on May 19, 1995, and garnered a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I thought was interesting because most people would say the third film is actually the second best in the franchise, but more critics seem to have enjoyed Die Hard 2 a little bit more. Now, maybe that changed as the years went by because Rotten Tomatoes, the scores can change if new critics add their voices. But I really love Die Hard with a Vengeance. That's actually my second favorite of the franchise. So there you go. That's the third movie. Die Hard with a Vengeance is the one you want to check out next. Then the fourth film in the franchise that you want to check out is Live Free or Die Hard. John McClane returns, but this time he is joined by his daughter Lucy, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who you might remember recently played the Huntress in the Birds of Prey movie with Margot Robbie. Also, Justin Long joins the party. Who does he play? Not his son. We're going to save that for the next movie. Justin Long does appear as a supporting character. I would say he's like the second major character, which is weird because you'd think his daughter would be the second major character. But it feels like Justin Long is like the Samuel Jackson character in this movie, where he's partnering up with John McClane. The movie came out on June 27th, 2007, almost a little bit more than 10 years since the previous film came out. So you do get to see Bruce Willis being a little bit older. It also got an 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is interesting because most people don't talk about this one enough. Usually people say the first three and that's it. I actually enjoy this movie a lot, so it's nice knowing that this is the fourth film in the franchise got some love on Rotten Tomatoes. It's nice to know that some critics actually enjoyed it. Moving on, the final film in the franchise, although I'm going to say you can avoid this one if you want because it's not so great, and the critics looks like they agree too. A Good Day to Die Hard, the fifth and final film, as we heard that there is going to be no more Die Hard films. The one where most people think Bruce Willis was probably sleeping on the job in this one. Jai Courtney plays his son, which we don't care about. And, well, not for being... I think Jai Courtney is great in other things. I just think in this movie he's not so great. This movie came out on February 14th, 2013, because they thought, this is going to be a great romantic movie for guys to bring their girlfriends to, or girlfriends to bring their boyfriends to, or same-sex couples bringing their partners to go and see. So I don't know, not very romantic, I'll say that much. The movie got a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, and yeah, it's easily the worst of the franchise. Interesting to note, the first, I believe, 4 films were, when they were writing the script for all these movies, the first 4 movies the scripts were supposed to be for other films, and then at the last minute they were changed to make them a Die Hard movie, including the original film, which, funny enough, I think was based off a novel. It was the 5th film in the franchise that was not based on any previous script for another film. This was a script that was made directly for Die Hard, and that was the one that bombed. Maybe what Hollywood should do to make a new Die Hard movie is wait until there's a script that's really good and you want to turn it into a Die Hard movie. And then you'll have a good Die Hard movie, maybe. So, look, with that being said, I don't know if that's true about the 4th one, but I think it was an interesting piece of trivia that I remember reading a long time ago. With that being said, comment below and tell me, does this help you? Are you excited to see this franchise? Let me recap one more time before I end this video. Die Hard, number 1 is the first one. Die Hard 2 is the second film you want to check out. Then Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard. And then finally, if you want to skip it, that's fine. But if you want to watch all of them, that's fine too. It's your wish. A Good Day to Die Hard. And that's the 5 films in this franchise. So I hope this helps. With that being said, I want to plug in my Patreon supporters. These are the people that support this channel. And I want to hopefully see this channel grow. And I really have to thank them a lot because their support means a lot to me. It's struggling times we live in. And I get it. If you can't donate, there's 2 options. There's a $5 tier and a $10 tier. Right now, both of them will get you an end credit at the end of every video I do. And like I'm saying right now, thank you to my Patreon supporters because these people are awesome. Thank you guys for your support. I really mean it. And I really hope that they really understand that because, when I did this, I didn't think I would get any. So the fact that I got 4 people is still as awesome to me. I wish I could get more people on board with me helping support the channel and hoping to see me grow, but if I can't, I'm happy with what I got right now. So thank you very much. With that being said, there's other ways to help the channel too, like sharing a link to people, letting people know about the channel, liking every video you see, and watching every video you see. And press that notification button if you want to get notified, because I guess some people maybe don't see the videos pop up, and maybe you forget about me. And please don't forget, but don't forget about me. I need you guys to support this channel if you can, and sometimes YouTube doesn't show all the videos or something like that. So if you press the notification button, hopefully that will help remind you that, oh yeah, this guy still exists. So because I see the subscriber count going up, but I don't see the numbers that are adding up with my subscribers, and I'm curious why. And maybe it's because of that. Maybe they forget about me. So press that notification button if you want to get notified with every time I post up a new video. So which is usually Mondays to Friday. Sometimes I'll do one on Saturdays and Sundays. I've been doing my What's on Disney Plus video each Sunday. So keep an eye out for that, especially if you love Disney Plus just as much as I do. I say every show or movie that's coming out throughout the week. So it's kind of like my podcast on Sundays. So with that being said, until next time, everybody, take care.